post-humanism poses the question of what is a human. It's become an increasingly contentious topic and place of debate to determine who and what counts, and by implication, who and what does not count as human. Just as many of us have been tasked to prove our humanity by confirming that we're not, in fact, robots when trying to access our website, we may be expected to provide evidence of our humanity when faced with behavioral or by proving that the way we make those decisions are backed up by morally justifiable and cognitively sound facets. I think that I am a human, but what the hell is a human? Who can truly describe, or who can really define the full extent of the human being? I believe that one of the most important aspects of our humanity is imperfection. The relationships I build and strengthen with people every day are embedded with this imperfection. The people in my life I hold dearest to me are beautifully imperfect. Take my girlfriend, for example. Sometimes we can annoy each other, anger each other. We don't always agree. I have internal discussions about her every day. We can be incredibly clumsy. I can sense awkwardness in silence, but comfort within that same avenue. And when we do say things, they can come out wrong, be misunderstood. A loving comment could hurt. An insecure glance could make us feel shy and thrilled at the same time. A remark of criticism could fill us with tenderness, perhaps weakness. Every interaction I have with her is imbued with a plethora of emotions, a cacophony of ambiguity. And it is exactly because everything is a little wrong that I love her. I've never felt stronger love. Something being wrong matters. It being wrong means it matters. This is the stuff of poetry and art. It's the stuff of comedy. Something always falling short of the ideal. Now, everybody has their own perception and preferences of love or comedy or art. This is what makes us individuals. This vast individualism of the human complex is a distorted marriage of unique shortcomings and joyous brilliance. It is what makes us human. And as humans, we are a species capable of producing technology. We can perceive and understand our world, and from that knowledge, produce many practical things. The list of tech we rely on every day is long. It's the vehicles that transport us, the houses we sleep in, the medication that heals and protects us, the gadgets we use to talk to each other every single day. This technological change and its improvement is responsible for the life expectancy around the world doubling. And it's what makes economic growth and the decline of poverty possible. The very nature of the human being, however, is being changed through technology. With early post-humanism through tech coming with the first electric hearing aid from Miller Reese Hutchison in 1898, a bridge between biology and technology, right? And as technology progresses, the line between human and robot blurs. We can now produce artificial intelligence so advanced its behavior can mimic that of a human's so closely it becomes nigh on impossible to tell the difference. Scarier. Am I a robot? Am I among 100 robots in this crowd? That might seem a silly or easily answered question now, but who knows how advanced AI could become in the next few years, let alone decades. This vast increase was predicted by Moore's law, which is the observation that the number of transistors on integrated circuits doubles approximately every 2 years. Now, I know what you're wondering, it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but essentially the number of transistors directly correlates to the processing power, product price, memory capacity of these devices. So the number of transistors increases the power of our technology. If that doubles every 2 years, that means our tech is becoming exponentially stronger and more powerful, as you can see. Gordon E. Moore, who is the Intel co-founder, only had 7 observations from 59 to 65. However, he predicted a continuing growth, saying there is no reason to believe it will not remain nearly constant for at least 10 years. As this large updated graph here shows, he was not only right about the next 10 years, no, the regularity he predicted has held true for more than half a century now into the 2020s, exponentially increasing 1 to 5,000, and at 10 million, 50 million. It's pretty crazy, huh? This is where a fascinating line of questioning comes into play. Just how far will it go? With Moore's law maybe stagnating with its downfall predicted to come around 2025. Innovation will carry on beyond the limits of shrinking physical components. Innovation that will lead to unheard of medical advances, saving countless lives. Innovation that leads to cultural and societal progress. Innovation that leads to the death of freedom and ruination of the human psyche. With big tech conglomerates on the rise and human privacy at an all-time low, where does humanity go from here? Google, for instance, employ legions of brilliant engineers with vast databases and powerful AI programs to make their products as addictive as possible, to maximize the time we spend staring at our screens, mindlessly scrolling. I mean, as I was writing this, I got a buzz on my phone, and the next thing I know, I'm down the rabbit hole of procrastination again. Now, don't worry. Even the designers of these devices find them irresistible. Tim Kendall, the former head of monetization for Facebook, recalls that after spending all day trying to boost his firm's profits, he went home to his wife and kids, and he could not stay off his phone. He said that knowing what was going on behind the curtain, he was still not able to control his usage. Now, the more time we spend on our screens, the more these companies know and learn about us, the more money they can make from advertising, both commercial and political, tailored to our fears and our desires. What news and information or misinformation we like or might like. Online sites feed us more of this, confirming our biases. Let me ask you this. How many of you have Googled something, or have been talking to a friend about something, the next thing they know, an advert pops up on their phone about that exact topic? It's kind of proliferating fake news and like wild conspiracy theories around the world. It's not just a lack of privacy. We end up living in these like parallel universes to each other, where our views on immigration, abortion, crime, global warming are vastly different to each other. Walking around in the street, I look at people through the lens of somebody who has grown up with and around technology constantly. And I guarantee my perception of reality is much different because of these hyper-advanced algorithms all these companies have in place. As soon as you create an account on some of these websites or these companies, they instantly, straight off the bat, they learn your name, your gender, your birthday, your location, your email address, right? However, over time, the more capable algorithms learn through what you search, through what you like, and through what you view. They can infer what kind of hobbies you're into, what kind of political preferences you have, your partners, who you would select as a partner, and they drive you that information, and it's all in the pursuit of money. Now, TikTok's algorithm, for example, it's dangerous because it can get to the point where it knows more about you than you know about yourself, because technology does not forget, and it can pander what you see on its site to what they want you to view, to confirm your biases, to view more of what you like or what they want you to see. This radically changes our worldview and shapes, molds, gradually, bit by bit, turns who we are into humans, into a totally different kind of person from what they want us to see and who they want us to be. My worldview I guarantee, is at the moment not that dissimilar to others in this crowd. However, who knows over time, that dystopian idea of everybody's reality being dissimilar might become true. Now, this lack of basic privacy isn't the only reason our reality is kind of crumbling before us. Human beings are seen as simple commodities to these large corporations, avenues for profit at any cost. The American dream of capitalism and freedom is really the American nightmare, the American illusion, a mask to make the rich richer and keep the poor poor. This facade facilitates hatred. It breeds hatred in our society. Hatred is spreading faster, and love and compassion is draining faster than anything we've ever seen before. And why is that? It's because kindness doesn't pay. Money rules our modern society, and to the powerful, to the few that control the many, monetary success is placed on a pedestal above basic humanity. Do we really want to live in a world like this? But it's not all doom and gloom. Our modern world and technology has a lot of benefits. It aids our day-to-day lives, and it can extend the limits of basic biology through devices such as hearing aids to the new Elon Musk Neuralink. I don't know if you've heard about that, but it can solve pathological disorders and injuries. Now, I'll ask you this. Is human free will and consciousness all it's cracked up to be? We are being manipulated and harvested into binary creatures, highly predictable creatures that are accelerating at an exponential rate towards a very binary future, one that we have imposed upon ourselves. We are merging with our own creations. Now, please, if you take anything away from this, it is that you must not take anything at face value. Please try to think independently. Think your own thoughts. And do not let yourself get swept up by the unending onslaught of hierarchical control. Thank you.